Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Milani Gold here. So today we are doing a Fenty Beauty review. As you guys know, I am queen of Fenty Beauty products. Every time something launches, I am literally like over the moon. Of course, you know that this concealer, everybody is talking about. You guys know that your girl had to hop on. I was literally calling the mall every single day like, yo, do you guys have the freaking concealer? When do you guys have it? When are you getting the concealer? Concealer dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do this video. The store at the mall did not have it, so I was so anxious and I was so angry because I wanted to make this video quickly so that everyone could see. But anyways guys, long story short, I got my hands on the concealer. I'm not gonna ramble too much. Let's get into this video. Right now, I'm not so into like eyebrows and like my eyebrows looking all perfect and everything, and because like I have to get up early for work, all I do these days is just literally I just draw my eyebrows on. I don't use any concealer to define it or anything, and I find that it actually, I don't know, to me I think it looks good just like that. Like I've always used a concealer with my brows, but for now I think it looks like fine without it, so I am going with that. I'm not using any concealer on my brows today. If it looks a hot mess, please forgive me, but I'm not. This is a concealer, guys. Oh my gosh. I got the 385 because with their foundation, I am a 390. So I got a 385 concealer. So let's see. So the first thing, obviously, it has the same Fenty package that most of them come in, and it's a little glass, like it's just like the foundation, I guess, and it's just a little like a smaller form of it. It's still in the same container, the same glass that the foundations come in. And I think this foundation, for me, because it's Canadian dollars, it was $32, which is not bad actually, and I think you actually get a lot of it. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the MAC the MAC's Prolonged Wear, like in terms of how the design is. I don't know where I put my Fenty foundation, so I don't know. I've tried to look for it everywhere, but today I'm just gonna use my NARS foundation, and this is in the color Macao. So this is foundation that I use all the time, and it's kind of getting dark for me because it's winter now, and I'm getting I've become a little bit lighter, but it still works. Really love this foundation, honestly. So this is one half of it done. As you guys can see, this foundation is freaking amazing. I don't see myself, like, this is my #1 foundation, and I don't see myself ever stopping this foundation because I just find it so amazing. Like, nothing compares. I really like the Fenty foundation, but I think for me the Fenty Beauty foundation oxidizes, so I don't use it as often, if ever. This is just the one, like for me, once I find something I like, I just stick to it. So this is what I'm using today. Foundation is on now. I'm just taking my beauty blender. I'm using that to kind of blend, you know, make everything nice and blended. I'm taking my Fenty Beauty concealer, 385. This is the first time that I'm trying it. Honestly, I just went to the store and I asked them, I asked if the concealers were the same shade as the foundation, and they said that the concealers, the girl told me that concealers went a little bit lighter. So for example, a 390 is very similar to a 390 in the foundation, but it's a little bit lighter because they wanted us to be able to highlight with the concealers, but it's not too far from the shade. So I am a 390, so I went for 385. I don't know if the color is showing up a little too light on camera, but this color is so nice. It gives you a highlight, but it doesn't look too like so far from your actual skin tone, because this concealer reminds me of the LA Girl Pro concealers. In the LA Girl color, I'm usually a fawn, and this concealer just, so honestly I think this concealer is an exact match But again, I don't know what you guys are seeing on camera, but I think this concealer is an exact match of my skin tone. So maybe if I wanted to like highlight, I should have gone with a brighter concealer. I feel like this concealer is very nice. I like the way it applies. It's very smooth. I would say this is a light to medium coverage. I thought the concealer would be like a little bit thicker for me because I have like some eye bags that I like to cover. So I usually prefer like, I don't like very high coverage foundations, but I like my concealers to be a little more high coverage just because I have like eye bags under my eyes and like, you know, little things that I would like to cover. Another thing to know is this 385 is my exact skin tone match. So it gives you a little bit of highlight, but it's not like it's not a shade for highlighting for me if you wanted to do that. If you were my skin tone and you wanted a concealer that highlights, I would suggest you do a 370 or just 360, I don't know, like whichever works for you. I would suggest you do that. But this one is like almost my skin color. So it blends in with my skin. This concealer I think is very nice. It reminds me of the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm gonna put some around my mouth area. Honestly, I would say that this concealer does not crease. I like the way it looks. I'm gonna do my full face and I'm gonna come back to you guys with my final review and my final opinion about the concealer. Okay guys, so my foundation and everything, I applied my red lipstick, I applied my eyeliner and everything off camera. So let's just talk about the concealer, okay? For me, I felt that the concealer that I got, the 385, if you were like a 390, the 385 for me was the exact color of my skin. Like it's an exact match. I don't know if the girl that told me that the concealers are a little bit lighter just for highlighting purposes, if that was wrong, but I don't know. But the 385 was my exact skin tone. So there was not a difference there. So if you are like a 390, I would suggest that you get a 360 or 370, like I don't know what color. I would suggest that you do a shade lighter if you want to like highlight the under eyes. But if you want like an exact match, then 385 works or 390. The concealer is actually a pretty good coverage. It is light to medium, so just think LA Girl Pro Concealer. So if you're familiar with that concealer, I would compare this concealer to that. It gives pretty much the same type of coverage. Yeah, so if you're looking for a concealer that has that same consistency and that same feel, then this is similar, to be honest with you guys. For $32, I would say that it's pretty good actually. I feel like you get a lot of products in it. It's very sleek and nice packaging, and the application is flawless. A little goes a long way with this concealer, but you can always build it up if you want a thicker coverage. So all in all, I would rate this concealer a 7.5 because I would prefer a higher coverage concealer from Fenty. I'll try and do something just to see how the concealer held up throughout the day and if it actually stayed like this. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So hit the subscribe button on my channel if you haven't subscribed. Also hit the like button on this channel. Share this video with your friends, families, and even your enemies. Just share the video with everybody. Thank you guys so much for your love, comment, support, and your feedback. I'm gonna wish you guys every ounce of love, joy, happiness, and success, and I'll see you guys in my